All right, sorry about that, chat. My computer decides it wants to play up again, which is not good. Should have tested that before I started. Anyway, thank you, Peter, there for telling me my audio wasn't working. So hopefully it's working now. So Christy up next. I think this is Christy's first sanctioned comp. She's done a novice comp before. Right, so we got three white lights there, waiting for someone. All right, three reds. All right. Hopefully that audio is working now. The wonders of technology, right? Means my replays are gone, unfortunately. We will just keep on the main camera. So Amber's up next. 117.5 opener. Nice, easy, smooth opener there from Amber. Three white lights. All right. We got to change angles with this one, I guess. But so Cara Fox up next. Cara, this is Cara's 11th comp. She is also the triple SM, which is the strength, sports science, and medicine person for the APA. So Dr. Cara Fox is coming out next for 135 kilo opener. Her best is 152.5. So it's been a while since she's competed. I didn't check that. So here comes Cara for her opener. As you can see, she's got racks in, gives her just that little bit of extra room when she's walking out. Sometimes some people bump into the racks, so they prefer to have racks in. So she got two white lights for that one, so that's good. No, what's that one? Changed? I have to keep up with lifting cast. Let me open up a tab for lifting cast on this. All right, so yes, that was white lights. Two white lights for that one. Successful lift. So Rachel Elms is up next. Rachel is works here at Perth as the group strength coach. She also represented Australia this year at Bench Worlds. This is her 15th comp. Have to see if I can adjust the camera a little bit. Josh keeps on getting in the way. Good walk out there from Rachel. Solid opener there. And three white lights. And then right around back to the top of the flight. So Rachel ends our flight, flight A. So there's two flights today. Flight A, flight B. So we've got the girls up first and the guys up after. We are unfortunately missing Peter Day, who was supposed to be lifting today, but unfortunately come down with a spicy cough, so decided to pull out of the comp for her own health and everyone else's. So thank you, Peter. But we potentially would have seen Peter loading 150 plus on squat. Nice second there from Helen. Referees say 2 white lights. So Helen's best is 100 kilos recorded here. So not too sure if she's going to touch that one today. She'll probably go up another 5 and say to 80. So up next is Dana. She's going up to 77.5, up a 5 kilo jump. Oh, nice and smooth and easy, that one. So perfect. That'll get 3 white lights as it did. Uh, so I've got Rachel up next. She is taking 85 kilos for a spin. So she missed her opener on not fully locked out, I think it was, from memory. We'll see. Beautiful. So quite a raw lifter, no wrist wraps, no knee sleeves. So 3 white lights on the board for that. So next up is Mrs. Skanky Joe. She is attempting 90 kilos. So hopefully she sinks it a little bit more. We've got to make sure the referees are um, got to convince the referees that you are hitting that depth. Well, that's better. Should be 3 white lights, I'm going to guess. 3 white lights, beautiful. Bummed about that replay. Anyway, can't do much about it. Can't reset the computer now. Right. So after Laura, we've got Christy. So Christy is reattempting 100 kilos. So bar is loaded for Christy. So as I said, Christy, she's done a novice comp before. So this is her first sanctioned competition. Solid. That should be good. Oh, just missed the rack there. That's all right. Spotters are there to get her. 3 white lights there for Christy. Perfect. So now we've got everyone on the board, I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. No, so Kara, they did actually turn Kara's into a no lift. So I have to see what happens there. So Cameron Beckett up next, 110 kilos. So this is Riley's partner. So you might have heard Riley before on the last live stream. He was doing a little bit of yapping on the last one since I wasn't here. Also did a bit of yapping down at Meganats. See how Cameron goes. Oh, beautiful squat. Beautiful second squat. 3 white lights there for Cameron. So Amber Clifford up next, 125 kilos, jumping up 7.5. So bar is loaded for Amber. Nice and controlled there. Don't worry about those knees going in for getting onto those inductors and getting a bit of power out of the hole where they want to give her power. So Kara's reattempting 135 kilos for her opener. So she's just got to sink it a bit deeper here. I think she's aware of that. So we'll see how she goes. So Kara's come back from a few injuries and surgeries. Um, so this is her first comp back in a while. Nice, solid unrack there. Got quite a wide stance. That's why it's hard to get that depth. Forces that into the hole to make sure she hits that depth that's required. So 3 white lights. So Rachel Elms up next. She is rounding out our second round of squats. So she's jumping up 5 kilos to 160. So just jump over to the scoreboard here. All right. So Rachel from Adaptive Performance. Smooth. A little bit slower than an opener, which it should be as you go up in the weights. But 3 white lights. So Helen Trenery jumping up 5 kilos to 80 kilos. So a bit of information from Peter. Helen's first comp with the APA since the previous Federations Day. So Helen, not only a lifter, but she is also an internationally qualified referee. So she knows the rules. So bar is loaded for Helen, coming out with 80 kilos. So her second move much better than her first. Oh, sticky but smooth enough. And 3 white lights there. So Dana's up next, 82.5 kilos, jumping up 5 kilos again. So a 5 and a 5 jump. So another adaptive performance athlete being handled by Riley today by the looks of it. Beautiful squat there. Referees say 2 reds. So depth is what she got called for. Red with red. So Laura just jumping up 2.5 kilos as that second was a little bit sticky. As I said, she got 1 red for depth on her first one. So as she sunk it deeper on the second one, it was moved a bit slower. So see how she goes on this one. Beautiful, 92.5. 3 white lights for that one. So that is a equal comp PR for her. So Rachel Estelle up next, jumping up 10 kilos to 95. So she only did a small jump from her first to her second because she missed her first. So conservative, just to um, maybe just get a little bit more weight on the bar, not too sure. Definitely got the depth there. No dramas. That should be three white lights. Yep, beautiful. So Christy Goodlet up next. Christy retook 100 on her second as she missed it on her first. So jumping up 10 kilos. So this should be the 100 kilos is a 5 kilo PR from her novice meet. So this will be a nice 15 kilo PR if she can get this one. So bar is loaded for Christy. So as you can see, Christy, when she gets under, she's got quite a high bar position. More a weightlifter style, I guess you can say, is what high bar corresponds to or people think about. Just clips the racks, but that should be fine. Three white lights there. So just got that bit of a lean forward from the from that high bar position. So that's fine if it clips the racks. So Cameron Beckett up next, 7.5 kilo jump. So this is Cameron's first competition. I've been told that she's a bit of a bencher. So that's coming up after the boys have their turn at squats. Not going too bad on squats though. Oh, smoked it. Plenty more left in the tank there. So you got one red for depth, but two white lights is all you need. So Amber Clifford up next. Um, she is taking 130 for a spin. So Amber is haven't really gone in the weight classes at the moment. So 69 kilo open lifter. Nice unrack. Beautiful. Nice and patient the whole entire thing. Three white lights there for Amber. Cara Fox up next, just jumping that 5 kilos. So our referees today are Yuki, Anna, and Ben. So Anna is going for her international exam, I'm pretty sure, at Oceania's in that's being held in Christchurch, New Zealand later in the year. APA sending a large team over there. Beautiful. Heaps left in the tank, but I think it was just a three white lights. I think it was just a bit of anxiety over that missed opener on depth. So probably the right thing to pull it back and just play it conservative for now. Her coach should be happy with that. And Rachel Elms up next. She will be rounding out our uh, flight A before we jump into the boys. We'll fight through that one. It's a good fight. See what the referees have to say about that one. 2-1. So just referee Yuki calling her for depth on that side, but the other two referees are happy. All right. Now we go around to the top of flight B, which is Chris. Let's have a look see at some scouting. So Perth Cup 2 was his first comp, I'm pretty sure it looks like. Yeah, so this is his second comp. So 165 is what he did at that competition. So he is an M1 93 kilo lifter. So opening up on 160 kilos is Chris. Got Sam Butterworth handling him today. So he's quite a high bar lifter also. So 3 white lights there. So Corey Gilbert, he's taking 175 for a spin. His best recorded in comp is 200 kilos. So he competed at Sunshine Coast comp in October last year. So open 93 kilo lifter here. Bar is loaded for Corey. Nice and deep. Beautiful opener there. Oh, okay, got called for depth on that side. A little bit of a look of, I don't know what you're looking at, but anyway, looked very good to me. Richard McMahon, 180 kilos. So Richard is 205 kilos before. So Meganats did Meganats, and that was not that long ago. So 105 kilos M1, that's my weight class and age group. No dramas with depth there. Good speed on it too. So 3 white lights. Quack up next. Quack didn't have any info on a Quack. First competition, maybe. Heard he's a bit of a deadlift specialist from his handler today. So can't wait till he comes out and sees what he can do. Jeez, get some better English, Raby. So 190 kilos is quite solid opener for a 74 kilo lifter. So 3 white lights there. Might actually even be a little bit too tall for a 74 kilo lifter. So Thomas Barney up next. 93 kilo junior, 207.5 kilo opener. So that will match his comp PR that he did at comms in 2024. I was there with him that day, helping handle him. So here he comes out, pretty in pink. So he's a sub junior when he did that comp PR. So moved up to the next age category. Solid opener there. Referees will give him two white lights. Just you giving depth on that side. He's the man that you have to convince. He's really looking out for that depth, which is good though. So Josh Bauer, 225 kilo opener. So anything over 200 and 200 kilos, we have five spotters and loaders out there on the platform. So Josh is coached and handled by Josh Dawson. So 235 is what I've got down here as his best from Sunshine Coast last year. So just opening 10 kilos less than that. Well, that's solid. That 235 is going to be smashed today. So referees give three white lights. So William Wallace up under the bar. So Williams' best recorded is 257.5. So opening up on 235. So he was also at the Sunshine Coast competition last year in October. Nice pick off the rack. Beautiful. Speedy. Nice. So we'll see how he jumps up. Might be able to get to that 257.5. So Jackson Reimers, 235 kilo opening attempt. What do we got on Jackson? Jackson Reimers, 11th comp. Perth Cup last year was his first APA comp. So 245 is what's got recorded here as the best. So 10 kilos less than his recorded comp PR. So I guess we'll see how he goes. With this, we'll be able to gauge to see if that is in jeopardy or not. Beautiful. So I think that will be in jeopardy. So Tim Yo up next. He is 237.5 kilo opener. So Tim 262.5 is his best recorded. So he came eighth at Meganets. So he's been moved up from the 83s to the 93s, I think, for Meganets or just before Meganets. So he's had some big jumps in progression for um, since moving up this weight class. So as I said, 237.5 is his opener. 262.5 is his best. So I just switch to that angle since Josh's head's in the way. Nice. I'm going to say maybe a 15 odd kilo jump on that one. So three white lights. So 240 for Nick. Going to be his opener. 250 is his best recorded. So he was one of the guys I could actually do a little bit of an Insta stalk on. So he done 260 kilos on about RP8. Died again, and I didn't check. Oh no. So, anyway, whatever. Just no replay. All right, as I said, 260 kilos is what I've seen him on Insta. So 240 opener. I think you'll be able to do that 260 today. Definitely be able to do the 250, which is his comp PR. So BSD Rick Lewis coming up next. 240 kilo opener. So Rick, 275 is his best. This is his 33rd comp. So Rick is self-coached. He is the current M3 total world record holder, 712 and a half. See how he goes today. Beautiful. 240 moved nicely. He had a little bit of a shocker at Meganats. I think he was sick before it. Um, Luckily, he didn't bomb out. He was close to it, but 2 white lights for that one for Rick. So Aaron Abani up next. Aaron is 257 and a half kilo opening attempt. And Aaron's best recorded, what I've got, is 272 and a half. So this is his ninth comp. He came 10th at Open Nationals. So yeah, we'll see how he goes. So trying to improve his ranking. So on the leaderboard. So new rules, APA, like top 12 for opens. Oh, smoked that. 257.5. Maybe we're looking at about 280-ish today. See what they load for the next one. And then we're back around to the top for Chris. So Chris is jumping up 10 kilos to 170. I can't see any friends that might. Oh, no. Just been told I got a face for live streaming commentary. That's nice, isn't it? Uh, um, Chris Croucher, 170 kilos. Let's see how he goes. So 2 white lights there, just getting one for depth on Yuki's side. So Corey Gilbert jumping up 10 kilos to 185 kilos. So as I said, probably said previously, Corey's best is 200 kilos. So probably not going to touch that today by the looks of it, because that will be a big jump from 185. Just see how this one moves. Maybe it absolutely flies and they do a bigger jump, but we'll see how we go. Referees give him 3 white lights. So Rick McMahon taking a 15 kilo jump to 195 kilos. Quite tall for a 105. What's he on? Maybe close. Rack height 18. Big fella needs to go up to the 120s. Solid, solid squat there. 3 white lights, no issues. Quack, 202.5, so 12.5 kilo jump from his 190 kilo opener. Had no issues with his opener. So let's see how this one moves. Oh, that's beautiful. Long weight at the top there for the rack command, but 3 white lights. Wouldn't be surprised if we go 210, 212.5, somewhere around there for next one. Tom Barney up next, only jumping up 7.5 kilos to 215. So this should, as I said, 207.5 was what he did at comms last year. So comp PR attempt coming up. So bar is loaded for Tom Barney. As I said, pretty in pink. Get the squat command. Big brace. I think that even moved better than his opener. So see the referees give, yeah, two reds for depth, unfortunately. So he's very fast in and out of the hole. But yeah, just didn't quite hit the depth required. So yeah, hip crease needs to be below or parallel to the top of the knee joint. So that's what the referees on the sides are looking for. Josh Bauer, 235 kilo, jumping up 10 kilos. I believe this will be equal comp PR. And then we'll see what he jumps to after this. Beautiful. So 3 white lights there for Josh. So Jackson Reimers, 247.5 kilos. So that is a 12.5 kilo jump. And this will be a 2.5 kilo comp PR attempt. So Jackson in the reflect today. Oh, that's beautiful depth there. 3 white lights. So that's a good comp PR. Opens that up for something big. I'm going to go 250, 252.5 around there somewhere. So William Wallace, 250 kilos for a second attempt, jumping up 15 kilos. So he gritted his teeth through that second one, but had no issues with it. Oh, nice. Nice and smooth. Referees give two white lights. This time, depth on the other side from Ben. So Nick Whiteside, 250 kilo attempt, jumping up 10 kilos here. So this will be equal comp PR. But as I said, I did a little bit of an Insta stalk and did about 260 kilos um, in training. So training is a little bit different from doing it actually at competition. Good pick. Nice. So we'll see if they do jump 10 kilos again to 260. Maybe going to go 57 and a half might be a smarter move. So Tim Nyo is 250 kilos also. So jumping up 12 and a half kilos. Going to be people in the way to switch. Mum's out there with the camera. Solid second attempt there. Still some room to jump for a third. Three white lights there for Tim. So Rick Lewis, 260 kilos. So he said Rick's best in competition is 275. Um, Jumping 20 kilos to 260. We'll see how this one moves. He might jump to that 275 to equal comp PR. Not too sure. As I said, Rick is self-coached, been around the game for a very, very long time. 33rd comp today. If you should get some sort of badge every time you get, you know, 35, 40, something like that. Not too sure. That's beautiful. I reckon he will go 275 is my guess. Three white lights there from Rick. Then we should be next is Aaron Abani, 272 and a half kilos. So what's that? 15 kilo jump to 272 and a half. So this will equal his comp PR. So be able to take something for a third, new comp PR for a third or attempt anyway. Bar is loaded for Aaron. Still looking around for anyone who wants to jump on the mic with me. Can't really see anyone. So you might just have to listen to my dulcet tones all day. Oh, beautiful. So that opens the door for a big comp here. I'm going to go potentially 280, 282 and a half around there somewhere. So right around the back of the top for our third attempts. Um, and then after our third attempts, we will then go into a 10-minute break. Um, and then we'll come back for some bench. So we've got a couple bench only athletes jumping in, one female, one male. So that'll just increase the flight by one, but that's a-okay. So just a 5 kilo jump for Chris for his third. That second did look a little bit tough, so smart move here. Maybe another 2.5 in him, but not really chasing anything. So we go 3 white lights there from the referees. So Corey Gilbert jumping up 15 kilos to 200 kilos. So Corey unlocks the 5 spotter on the platform, which is always a nice little thing to see. So bar is loaded for Corey. Oh, nice. Probably had a little bit more left in him, but you want to probably try and save some energy. Ooh, okay. 2 reds for depth, unfortunately. So Richard McMahon taking 200 kilos. Thought he might have jumped up a little bit more than that. 195 moved quite smooth. Thought maybe 205, but everyone's got their game plan of what they're trying to do. Maybe Rich is just trying to qualify for Mega Nats next year. That should be announced soon when that's on and where that is. So listen out on the socials. Just the squat command. Yeah, look, I think he maybe had that 205 in him. Would have been a bit more of a grind than that. Just hit that sticky point. But yeah, 3 white lights there for Richard McMahon. Aqua up next to 12.5 kilos. So that's what I thought. Maybe about a 10 kilo jump. Did say 7.5 to 10. So what we kind of like to try and do to keep ourselves entertained, you watch the second and then you try and guess what they've got left for the third. So that's what a good game day handler does. Sometimes you get caught up in the moment and you just put down what the athlete wants, not what you think. So I've been caught there before. Don't want to do that again. So Aqua 212.5 kilos. A nice pick there. Aqua's got the long SBD on. Oh, good selection. Had another 2.5 in him, but definitely saving some for deadlifts there. 3 white lights there from Aqua. Um, big TB Tom Barney. Missed 215 on depth on his second, jumping up another 2.5 kilos here to attempt 217.5 kilos. So just got to sink that a little bit deeper. So I think he's maybe done about 220 in training from memory. So we'll see how Mr. TB does. As I said, he's quite fast into the hole. Oh, no, the spotters maybe took that a tiny little bit early. Um, Now it is about lifter safety there, so they were worried. So look, they will they will offer him another attempt if he would like. He potentially could have ground that out. I don't know if it'd be a smart move to reattempt it, but look, spotters and loaders are just doing the best they can, and they are just trying to protect the lifter. So I would rather them take it early and the lifter gets another shot than be a bit too relaxed about it. So happy with that one. We'll see what they decide to do. So Josh Bauer, 245 kilo, um, third attempt. So this will be a 10 kilo comp PR if he can get this one. So bar is loaded for Josh. Oh, that's beautiful. Referees have to say two white lights, just Yuki's side for depth there. So that's a 10 kilo comp PR there for Josh. So up next, we've got Nick Whiteside. Nick's taking a 7.5 kilo jump there. And my spreadsheet says for Mr. Whiteside, he's 250 is his best. So yeah, I said 260 I've seen in training, 257.5 is a smart move. That second moved a bit too slow for my liking to go 260. So happy with this one. Sam Butterworth there handling. Yes, beautiful. Good call by the coach. 260 would have been way too tough, I reckon. So two white lights, depth there from Yuki on the side. So all you guys out there, remember, if you have Yuki as your referee, you definitely have to convince him on depth. So Jackson Reimer's 257.5 kilos also. So jumping up 10 kilos for Jackson. So this is a big comp PR for Jackson since 245 was his last recorded best in comp. Already smashed that. Well, 2.5 kilos, but this will smash it if he gets this. Wearing the reflect gear today, even with the blue TYRs he's got on. Depth is no issues, and that's a nice squat there. Three white lights, big comp PR. William Wallace, 260 kilos, so jumping up 10 kilos there. So W squared, 257.5 kilos is his best in comp. So this will be 2.5 kilo comp PR. So let's see how Will goes. So I got Shania handling him today. Just can't see who's behind. Yep, Shania. Down and up. We'll just see what the referees have to say about depth there. I'm not too sure myself. Yeah, two reds for depth. That's what I thought too. But it's A-OK. Gym PR, we'll call it. So Tim up next, 260 kilo attempt for Tim. So Tim's done 262.5 before. So Tim's probably just securing those numbers on the board to get an invite to Meganats next year. Tim's a big deadlifter. It's got the depth. Yes. Nice fight through. Probably had the 262 in him. Probably not the 265 though. So 3 white lights there. BSD Rick Lewis, 280 kilos. So jumping up another 20 kilos from his second. So this will be a 5 kilo comp PR if he can get this. So Rick's chasing down some world records again. He'll be heading over to South Africa to go to Masters Worlds, and then I also believe he might be down for Oceania in Christchurch. I'm not too sure. There we go. So I'll walk out. Drops into the hole. Oh, what a fight from Rick. It's what the referees have to say. It's definitely got depth. See what there was a little bit of a wobble on the way up. Not too sure. Yeah, so he got one for blue, which was down up movement. So yeah, but that's all right. So and now we've got Aaron Abani up next with 285 kilos to round out our squats for the day. As I said, we will take a 10-minute break after this and then head back for some bench press. Here comes Aaron out for his third attempt. So 272.5 is his best, which he got on his second. Oh, stuck in between. There we go. Oh, that is smooth. She had 290 plus in there, 290, 295 maybe. So 3 white lights there for Aaron. Beautiful. So Aaron rounded out our flight for the squats for our second flight. So as I said, we will take a 10-minute break, and we will be back for some bench press in 10 minutes. All right, I lie. We are back. Tom Barney is reattempting 270.5 kilos. So, as I said, the spotters and loaders took it on um, the spotters and loaders took it a little bit early. So he didn't get that attempt to grind that out. So they offered him to retake this if he wanted to, which they have decided to. So let's see how TB goes. See if we can fight through this. Oh, he's got that. Beautiful. What a nice fight. Referees give him 2 reds for depth, unfortunately. But hey, gym PR maybe. So, all right. Now we're going to take a 10-minute break. And we will be back with bench. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for bench press, which is the best lift of the day. Probably not. I like bench. It is pretty boring to watch. That's okay. We will try and make it as entertaining as possible. And I don't know how that is possible. So don't worry about Ian standing there. He will get out of the way. He's just there to be the hander outerer. See what this angle looks like. Um, also blocked. Never mind. Cool, cool, cool. So got Helen. She'll be heading out first with a 45 kilo attempt. She got 55 kilos here. Is her best recorded on open powerlifting. So bar is loaded for Helen. So the athletes can request a handout by the hander outer. So not too sure if you can hear in the mic. So 3 white lights there for Helen. So not too sure if you can hear in the mic there, but you will get a start command from your head referee. Once the bar reaches the chest and is motionless, the referee will give a press command, and then you will press it all the way up and have your elbows locked out at the top. And then they will give the rack command. So must follow those rules by the head referee. If you jump any of those, they will give you a red light with a yellow. You have the side referees. The side referees are looking for a lot of things. Butt lifts. So butt and head must remain on the bench at all times. They are looking to see if your feet are flat on the floor. Um, so Dana up next, 50 kilos. She is requesting a handout also. So yes, the side referees, you can see Yuki just over there in the corner there. He's got his hand up. He will signal the head referee that he's happy. Solid opener there from Dana. So 3 white lights there. So yeah, a few infractions that you can get for bench. Bench is the most technical lift out of all three, mainly because you get a lot of commands from the referee that you can get failures on. And then there's a lot of small things that can give you a failure, like the butt lift, heels off the ground, head, elbow depth. Um, you name it, it's got it. That's bench. Oh yeah, hands have to stay inside the one finger must remain on must cover the ring at least. So you can't go too wide. You can go in as much as you want. So 50 kilos there from Christy is got 2 red lights there. Not listening to the calls. It got a yellow for. I'm gonna assume. As I said, there's lots of reasons why you can get a yellow. Um, we'll just stick with that one for now. I'm not going to guess. So my wife, Laura Raby, up next. 57.5 kilo opening attempt. So Laura in the Aspire kit. So if you like any of the things you see from SBD, you can head over to their website and pick some up. Self unwrap from Laura here. Oh, beautiful. She'll be jumping 60, 62 and a half. So already know that. She being a lighter lifter, those are quite big percentage jumps. So if you own a flam, and she is 60 kilos is her best. So she'll want to try and get that 62 and a half. That's that next. You have to jump up 2.5 kilos unless you are attempting a record, which you can only do at nationals or special events where it is allowed. So Fiona Flanders, a 57.5 kilo attempt here. Fiona is doing a bench only. 70 kilos is her best recorded. So Fiona hasn't been seen since 2018. So back in the old powerlifting Australia days, just get Josh's head out of the way. Oh, beautiful the opener there from Fiona. What did I see? Fiona is a children's author and writes books about cooking, health, and fun. So that's kind of cool. That's different. So Rachel Estelle, 60 kilo opening attempt. Rachel, no info on Rachel. Uh, I did a bit of a stalk on Rachel. So she was being handled by Dave before, but she's been days now in the head referee chair. She's been handed over to Chris from Adaptive. Oh, don't go to that one. Someone's heading away, and there we go. It's 60 kilos, 3 white lights on the board. So media crew, look at that. That's a nice ad for thirds right there. We've got Josh Takua here from thirds doing a little bit of filming and photography today. They are at most competitions. So if you do want to get some filming done, then hit them up. And then we've got Ian's head there, and we've got Josh's head there. Perfect. So Amber's 62.5 kilo opening attempt. There we go, kinda. Gonna have to adjust these cameras, I think. Anyway, lucky it's a local. Amber, 3 white lights there. Cara Fox, the foxy lady up next. She's 67.5 kilo opening attempt. Cara's had a few shoulder issues in the past, so see where she sits at with that. Her best in comp is 82.5, which she did at a bench only competition. I think maybe bench nationals last year. So third's always in the way. Look at them. All right. See how Cara goes with her opening attempt at 67.5 kilos. So Devon from TSP is her coach. She's working hard not to get some annoyed coaching stuff back. Oh, nice. 67.5 kilo opener with 3 white lights. And I mean coaching feedback. Cameron Beckett, 85 kilo attempt. Cameron also has no data on her because this is her first competition. Her partner Riley, who was handling her today, he said she's a bit of a bencher, so I think she wants to try and she wants to use this to qualify for bench nationals, and she wants to try to go to bench worlds next year. So bench nationals will be held this year, December 6th in Tasmania. You can use a bench only, or you can use your um, bench from 3 lift to try and qualify for that. So have a look on the APA website for the actual um, for the qualifying totals that you need to use. So yeah, you're gonna have to do something about these angles, I think. All right. Sorry about that, people. I will do my best. Cameron got reds for, I'm going to guess, maybe elbow depth is what I'm going to do. Josh, Josh, you're in the way. Thanks, Josh. Oh, no. I can go out a bit wider. We'll just have to go out a bit wider for now. Josh wants to get all the angles on the first lift. Um, wants to get that quality footage. So Rachel Elms, 85 kilo attempt. So she did 87.5 kilos at Bench World. So this will be a nice opening attempt here. Oh, solid. So she's going to smash that 87.5 kilos today. Um, Beautiful. So three white lights there. And then we're around back to the top to Helen Trannery, 50 kilo second attempt. We'll just zoom back in there, get a little bit closer. Beautiful. Oakley dokley. As you can tell, I'm talking a little bit faster because I got a little bit of caffeine now in me. Helen, 50 kilo second attempt, so jumping up 5 kilos from her opener. Gets that fast press command. So if you can prove to the referees that it is motionless on your chest, you don't need a long 1-2 second pause there. The referees are just looking that it's touching the chest, motionless, and they'll give you the press command. So you can get a really fast press command if you can convince the referees. And that's what Helen did. So someone hasn't given a white light yet. So we go 3 white lights there. All right, Christy jumping up 2.5 kilos. So missed her opener. I think she got a yellow for some reason. So see what how she goes on this one. Referees, 3 white lights, beautiful. So now we've got everyone on the board because she has a successful attempt. Excellent. Dana, 55 kilos, jumping up 5 kilos herself also. Actually, no, sorry. 2.5 kilos was the last one. So she's jumping up 5 kilos. So asking for a handout from the head hander outerer. That is Ian Sullivan today. Beautiful. Should be no issues there. 3 white lights. So my wife, 60 kilos, Laura Ravy. Um, she is jumping up 2.5 kilos. So she does this all day, every day at the gym at home. So it should not be an issue. Issue? Don't know why I say issue like that. Anyway. Oh, yeah. 62.5 there today. Fun times. 3 white lights. Happy days. So Fiona is also attempting 60 kilos. She is jumping up 2.5 kilos from her opener. Said Fiona is here today as a bench only athlete. So some people just like to do bench. Some people don't like the other two lifts. Some people like to be bench specialists. Who knows? She is also in the Aspire gear, which is fun to see. Nice purple. See what the next SBD drop is. Normally come out maybe October, I think is the next one. Gets the command. Three white lights there for Fiona. So Rachel Estelle jumping up 5 kilos to 65 kilos. 5, 5, 5, 2.5, 5. Okay, cool. I can probably jump over to a scoreboard. I wish I had my stream deck. So not that anyone cares, but this USB-C on this new laptop died again when I fixed it last night. So didn't check it before I started. Oh, that's a nice bench. So she gets, yeah, she's getting elbow depth there. So the elbows have to be, I'm not going to remember this one. Failure to lower the underside of both elbow joints level or below the top of the surface of each respective shoulder joint. So that's what the head referee is looking for. And that's why she's getting the red from the head referee. So the side referees can't see that. So Amber Clifford, she's jumped 5 kilos to 67.5 for her second attempt. Three white lights there for Amber. So Cara Fox, she is also jumping 5 kilos to 72.5 kilos. So let's go, Foxy Lady. Oh, okay. What does referee say? Two white lights. Rightio, probably only going to jump 2.5 there to 75. Um, so got Rachel Elms up next. She's only jumping 2.5 kilos to 87.5. I thought maybe jumping 5 because that opener did move quite nicely. Um, anyway, coach knows what he's doing. So we just take a guess here. So if she gets this, we'll be jumping to 90 because that is the next number that she can attempt. As I said, Rachel was at Bench Worlds earlier this year over in Norway, where she did successfully attempt 87.5. Okay, well, good call by coach there. I don't know what I'm talking about. So three white lies. She'll jump to 90 kilos there. See how she goes. Cameron Beckett up, jumping up 5 kilos to 90 kilos. As I said, Riley told me earlier that she is a bit of a bench specialist. She wants to try to go to Bench Wells next year if she can. So we'll see her down in Tasmania. Hopefully, I'll be heading down there myself with the live stream gear and help out with that, and maybe even do a bit of a bench also. So she's getting a handout from Ian. As you can see on the left there, that's the Oz shirt. Oh, okay, a bit of a grind. Her first one absolutely flew. I think she might have just dumped the bar a little bit too fast. So yeah, got all the colors of the rainbow for her. So a bit up and down, a bit of everything. So um, anyway, she'll come out. She'll attempt that for her on her third. So back around the top to Helen, where she is jumping 2.5 kilos to 52.5. So we'll see how Helen goes on this. Then after we After we do that, we'll get on to the boys, and then we'll get on to the one that people like to see the most, which is the deadlift, because it's a bit more involved. Oh, that's a perfect selection there. Not too sure who's handling Helen today. It might just be Helen herself. So she's got two white lights there. That's all she needs. So Christy Goodlet is up for her third attempt. So she's jumping to 55 kilos. So I think Christy, like I said, this is her first sanction. So 50 kilos was her best at that comp. So she's already beaten her best by 2.5 kilos. And the referees say two white lights. That's all you need. Uh, Dana jumping up 2.5 kilos. She is also attempting 57.5 kilos. Then up after that will be Laura Ravy with 62.5, and then Fiona Flanders with 62.5. A bit of a grind there. I'm gonna go reds with blues for a bit of up down movement. Yep, there we go. Not to worry, we'll call that one a gym PR. So up next is Laura Raby. She is jumping up 2.5 kilos to 62.5. So I've seen her do this at home. She'll be fine, hopefully. This will be a 2.5 kilo PR if she gets this. So she's just wrapping up her wrists. So here she comes out. Here's my wife coming out for her third attempt at 62.5 kilos. Come on. Yeah, she's got that. Beautiful. What do referees have to say? Woo! Three white lights. Yeah. Fiona, 62.5 kilos for her third attempt. She's been moving them well all day. So as I said, this is our bench only athlete. Oh, that's nice. Should be no issues there. It's skilled. Um, three white lights. Rachel Estelle, 70 kilos, a 5 kilo jump. So she's jumped five and then five. So that second one was a bit sticky from memory. Oh no, actually, she's getting called for elbow depth from the referee. I remember that. She will most likely get called for elbow depth from the. Oh no, there we go. Three white lights. She convinced the referee that she was hitting elbow depth. Happy days. So 3 from 3 for her. So Amber Clifford jumping up 2.5 kilos to 70 kilos. So let's see how Emma goes. Sorry, just Instagram messaging the managing director of the APA. A bit too tough for her today, unfortunately. That's okay. Her only option was to jump the 2.5 kilos. So it was either attempt that or not come out. So Cara Fox also jumping up 2.5 kilos to 75. Um, so once again, only option is to jump up that to that, so she can decide not to come out if she wants. But probably not wasting a lot of energy if you do fail a bench press. Here we go for Kara's third attempt. You can see hesitation as she's going to the chest there. Um, just a fair bit of shaking. Unfortunately, that's all right. Rachel Elms taking 90 kilos for a spin. So her second was a bit grindy and a bit tough. So once again, unfortunately, 2.5 kilos is the next number that she can attempt. So see how she goes with this. So I know Rachel's had a few posts out recently about her mindset shift. She's just trying to have fun with lifting. Used to put a lot of pressure on herself. So she's just trying to enjoy the process now, which is good to see because that's what it's about. It's just you versus the bar. It's not you versus everyone else. I just stalled there. I was close. Just a little bit sticky. All right. Now we're all the way around the top to start our men. So means I need to go back to my spreadsheet to have a look at what their bests are if I could find them. So Corey Gilbert, he is opening on 102.5 kilos. Best recorded is 115 kilos. So not that far behind. We see how he jumps. Um, bench is a very technical lift. Um, so not only do you have to remember all those things as a I'll talk about Christine in the next round when she's up for deadlifts, Peter. Peter just gave me a bit more information about Christine. Oh, hang on. So we got Cameron coming out for 90 kilos. What happened there? Oh, they moved on too quickly. Okay. So Cameron Beckett, 90 kilo attempt. So she just dropped it a bit too fast to her chest, I think. No, not there today, unfortunately. 85 kilos, nice attempt. So not to worry. Okay, now we're going to go around this to Corey Gilbert. So we're up to the second session with the boys. Christy. Sorry. Thank you, Peter. Peter's watching at home. Box of tissues next to her. Blowing her nose, unfortunately. So Corey Gilbert, 102.5 kilo opening attempt. As I said, 115 kilos, best record in open powerlifting. I know you're very happy. Jump on the mic if you want. All right. I got my wife next to me. She's just jumped on the microphone.
Hi.
So
Hi.
how was hitting 62.5 in comp
Oh,
feel?
finally.
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 Happy days.
Very happy days.
So
Very happy days. No.
I'm not too sure what the referees are discussing here, but that's okay.
Ah.
They can yap away. It doesn't matter, man. Like, I'm only using this one anyway. So
They're still chatting.
replays
They're deep in conversation.
doesn't matter. So yeah.
Let's claim
I can see if you're
technical difficulties. So
what's happening?
we're having some technical difficulties. Phones and lifting cast are having fun not talking to each other. So they'll work out their alternative system. It could be like ancient Rome. Thumbs up, thumbs down. The emperor has
Dave, the head referee, is just having some issues. Issues. I don't know why I keep on saying it like that. Issues with connecting to the lifting cast with his phone. So technology is a wonderful thing, right? When it works.
I love
So
you.
might have to have thumbs up, thumbs down, like Laura said. So 102.5 kilos for Corey as opening attempt here. As I said, bench is one of the most technical lifts out there. Everyone's got their own style. So not much to say about that. Aquak. Aquak's
Very
105 kilos. So as I said, no data on Aquak. Being told by his handler today he's a bit of a deadlifter. So
he's been talking. There's a couple of them actually talking big deadlift goals today. So that should be an exciting session for these boys.
So yeah, you'll get two of us yappers for a little bit before Laura has to go out. Gets wrangled by her handler to go out and start warming up for deadlifts.
Yeah.
So still a little bit of time here. So she's supposed to be fueling up, but I grabbed her and got her on the mic.
I'll yap for a little bit.
Oh, that's a nice solid bench opener there from Aquak.
Very comfortable.
As I said, Aquak's wearing the long suit from SBD. So you can pick those up from City Strength. Look, if after you get through today and you still need a powerlifting fix, there is the Tasmania Cup starting this afternoon, I believe, this afternoon into this evening. So that is the top, I don't know however many Tasmanian lifters lifting against each other. So you could probably tune into their live stream. Iron Jungle is hosting that one. So Richard McMahon, 105 kilo M1 lifter. So he's opening on 110 kilos. So Richard's best at Meganats was 120. So 10 kilos below his best.
That was nice and solid.
Yeah.
Nice looking bench.
So should be able to hit that 120 plus today. We'll see how he goes.
Good lift from the refs. No surprises there.
So might have to rely on the tech desk to do the lights.
Doesn't look like they're coming up, but we have
Tom Barney, 115 kilo attempts.
He is rocking that pink suit.
Yeah.
I love a man who can embrace color.
I'm hoping SBD does a pink next. I was right about the purple. Well, I've been asking for a purple for ages, so I was right about purple. Hopefully I'm right about pink next. So Tom Barney, 115 kilo opening attempt. A bit shaky on the press there. So his best is 127.5 kilos. So we'll see if we can get anywhere near that today. Not a known venture. So
he is definitely more of a deadlifter.
Got reds for the 115. Not too sure why. So Chris Croucher, 117.5 kilo attempt. So Chris, 130 kilo. He's best on open powerlifting. that was solid. See
So we got, yep, good
the
lift,
lift.
thumbs up. The emperors have spoken.
Hey, Dave, have you tried pulling your phone off and on again? Hey, I'm not using this if you want to try and log in on this.
We're
We're just trying to help Dave out with getting his lifting cast working.
we are giving the age-old, very reliable IT advice of have you turned it off and on again? Because that solves 90% of your problems.
So
But anyways, we have Nathan up here now doing a 137.5 for his opening
I'll
bench attempt.
get Laura to yap while I try and get into this for Dave.
That looked pretty good to me. I can see thumbs are up.
Clearly.
So that should be a good lift. Rick Lewis is coming up. I think he's taking this comp as a little bit of a warm-up in preparation for Masters Worlds in South Africa later this year. He's looking to go there and shake the tree and push the envelope with the records a bit more than what he already has.
So his squat today, his 280 kilos, was 5 kilos under the current world record. He told me. I went out the back. Oh, hamstring cramp. Oh crap.
Yeah, Rick's got big goals. That looked really good to me. And I believe that is a good lift. All right, Jason's just doing some mobility exercises to get his leg moving again.
I tried to get up from the chair. My hamstring cramps.
He's sat down for too long.
Oh,
We've got Tim coming through now with 145 on the bar. He's getting a handout. A lot of people nowadays don't get the handouts. That kind of changed a lot during the COVID years, and people now just like to be independent.
I don't know if it's the COVID years. I think it's
That's where it started.
yeah. I don't look. There's advantages and
He's got a bit of a scorpion set up like you used to do.
let's see if we can get a better angle. We'll get a better angle on the next one. So, and we'll talk about handouts and advantages, disadvantages after.
Ian made a very good hand
crap.
router, so let's give him the credit. Nice. That
See what the
moves
referees
smoothly.
say for that. Dave's back online with his phone, which is good. So got yellow
red
there for potential butt lift or something like that.
but still a good lift.
So the issue, look, advantages with getting a handout helps hand out that heavy weight. If you can't handle it yourself, getting it off the rack saves that little bit of energy. Um, I think there's probably more disadvantage myself because if you don't explain to the hand router how you like it, or if that person is not experienced, you can get some terrible handouts. Going to an international where people don't speak English. So Jackson's waved away in for a handout, so he's a self-hand router. We'll talk about the advantages in a second. It's a solid opener, like 50 kilos. Oh, okay. So he's got
Maybe
a
not.
blue
And a yellow.
and a yellow. I'm going to go elbows not locked out, and then potential butt lift. Now, look, when you're in a world situation where the spotters and loaders don't speak English, it might be hard to interpret how you want it handed out. So it's good just to learn how to do a self handout. Um, as you saw Laura in hers, she does self handout. When you train alone a lot, that's what you do. So we got
There's
Josh.
no one there.
Yeah, got Josh Bauer coming up, 150 kilo opening attempt. So that is 5 kilos under his best. So
It's made some gains. That looked nice.
So that 155 will definitely be smashed today.
One red there in the middle for
I'm going to get
red card.
elbow depth. That's the only thing it can really be for.
Generally, that
Yeah.
is what you get for a red. Yellow's the one where it's just guess, could be anything.
So Braveheart up next, William Wallace, 157.5 kilo. So that's 10 kilos below his best.
Alrighty. That was a good lift. 3 whites. Everyone's happy there? All right. We have got Aaron up now with 160 kilos. His best bench is 170. So again, someone probably looking to extend that on the platform today.
So last comp for him was Open Nats last year.
It's been a while since he's been on the platform.
So as I said, top 12 is what we are looking at the moment for Open Nats. So might be able to pull up that later and have a look at where he sits currently. Yeah, 170 will be fine for him today.
Very good. Alrighty. Nick Whiteside is coming up now, 167.5. So Nick most recently had a 165 max, but he has done 177.5 before, but that was a few years ago. So we'll see what this looks like for him today.
Oh, my dad must have pulled out. I've got him on my sheet, and
Yeah,
yeah.
he wasn't there at weigh-in, so he's not competing today. Ooh, push that one up.
Oh, geez, that's sticky. That's
Ooh,
that's tough opener.
it is.
So
We can't go down.
no,
So
unfortunately.
he's stuck with trying one again for his second.
So as you can see some people do a little bit of a sync with their bench press. So you can do a soft touch and get the press command, or you can do a little bit of a sync. So what the referee's looking for with the sync is that you've finished, like the sync is,
It's
I guess,
stopped.
is stopped, and that's you're motionless,
Yeah,
and then
it's
they
not
will give you the
moving.
press command. So you're not allowed to sync it down even more after they give you the press command. Then you will get some red lights, some naughty lights for that one.
So now we're on to our second attempts.
So 7.5 kilo jump for Corey.
All right. I might make my departure and
She should really go back
get
out
ready
the
to
back to potentially start warming up for deadlifts.
get in the headspace to compete again.
So
Lovely talking to you all. Enjoy Jason yapping on his own. Bye.
like, right. So it was good to have another yapper there. That's all right. Good to hear someone else's voice. So Aqua up. He is attempting 112.5 kilos. Bit of a grind. Gonna say 2.5 kilo jump from that one. So 3 white lights. So Richard jumping 7.5 kilos to 117.5. So Richard's last comp was Meganats last year. That was held down in Sydney at Campdown Quarters. As I said, Richard is M1105, which is my age group and weight class. Also, so Richard's got a bit of a sink, tiny little bit of a sink there. So 3 white lights. So the sink can, if you've got, people use it for different reasons. So if you've got a little bit of a elbow depth issues, people have started sinking to make sure they can get that elbow depth. So Tom Barney's jumped 5 kilos to 120. Misty's opening on 115 kilos. Oh, let's see. I think he's going to get reds for jump in the command there. Oh, I got 2 white lights. Okay. Very, very close. He almost jumped the press command there. He was so close to jumping that press command. I was worried. Anyway, have to wait till that referee says press. Not to worry. Bloody should have bought a jumper here. Freezing. Anyway, I'm the idiot. Chris up next. 125 kilos for 7.5 kilo jump. Beautiful second attempt there. 3 white lights. So Nathan Buckle up next. He is doing bench only. Should have talked about that earlier. So 137.5 kilos was the opener, jumping to 145 kilos, so 7.5 kilo jump. So Nathan might be looking to just try and qualify for bench nationals, not too sure. So 152.5 kilos is his best recorded. So this is actually his first APA comp. So testing out the federation with a bit of bench only. Solid bencher. That is beautiful. Should get 3 whites for that, and he does. So Jackson Reimers, 115 kilos. So what did Jackson do? I might have missed that one. It might have been in the middle of my hamstring cramp. And Laura might have been yapping on my behalf. So let's see how Jackson goes. I think maybe he yeah, he was maybe a little bit too much opener. See how it goes. Oh, that's better. That's better. I can see the relief on Coach's face, on his handler's face. He was quietly crapping himself. Um, so he kind of just clipped the rack on that first one, and that just stopped him in his tracks. So good to see that he's on the board. So we've got everyone on the board now. He was the last one. So Tim's up next. So 152.5 kilos, so 7.5 kilo jump for Tim. So we'll just switch to this angle. You better see Tim's scorpion setup. I used to set up like this, and I did my back in pretty bad because apparently men don't bend like that, according to my physio, or not meant to bend like that. So it's not the reason why my back went out, but one of them. Oh, a bit of a grind, but gets through it, and he gets okay blues for up down. I'm going to guess he gets some yellows for butt lift, unfortunately. So he'll probably come out and reattempt that. There's no problem with doing that. So Rick Lewis up next, 155 kilos. So Rick's jumping 10 kilos from his opening attempt. As I said, Rick is self-coached. This is his 33rd competition. So he'll be adding another 2 to this year. Oh, nah, just too heavy today. I don't think Rick will come out and attempt that on a third. He might just skip that third. We'll see how he goes. We have Josh Bauer, 157.5 kilos, so 7.5 kilo on his opener. So I think going back to my spreadsheet, this might be equal. No, this will be 2.5 kilos over his best. Oh, smokes. I'm going to go 165. So as you can see on the unrack there from Josh, he gets 3 white lights. As you can see the unrack there, arms are shaky, but that does not mean anything. That is just a bit of feedback from the body saying you have a bloody heavy weight in your hands. So same thing happens to myself and a lot of other lifters. So don't pay attention to it being very shaky because that press was ultra fast. Anyway, we have William Wallace, 165 kilo attempt. So he is jumping up 7.5 kilos. So this will be equal comp PR. Nice. So I'm going to go 170 attempt maybe next. 3 white lights there for William. And then Nick Whiteside. Sorry, I think Nick was the one that opened up too heavy. And I am worried. There we go. Yes. So we'll see how Nick goes. I'm a little bit concerned. So I did speak out of turn with Jackson Reimers. It was actually Nick Whiteside. So let's see how he goes. So reattempting 167.5. Oh no. I think he is going. No, not gonna speak too soon. So we'll see how he goes on his third attempt. So he needs to get that to stay in the competition. So you need to record at least one successful lift on all 3 disciplines to get a total. So at this stage, Nick's not looking good because he hasn't got a bench yet. So Nick is the first APA comp is. So he's done a 180 in the gym before, so 167.5 should be fine. So Aaron Abani, 170 kilo to 10 kilos up. Oh, that's beautiful. So I think that is got 1 red. So Aaron 170. So that's a equal comp PR. So maybe jumping 2.5 to 5. I'm gonna go maybe 2.5. So back around the top for our last benches for the day. Then once again, we will have a 10-minute break and come back for some deadlifts. So maybe some of the problems with the bench. So the V2 pad here is quite hard. If you're not used to benching on a extremely hard pad, this can actually throw you a little bit on how solid it is. So Aquak coming out, 2.5 kilo jump as predicted. So sitting on 115 kilo attempts. See if we can fight through that. Nah, shake of the head. Unfortunately, it's all right. It's only 2.5 kilos, so it's not too bad. So currently sitting on a 325 kilo subtotal. So Corey Gilbert jumping up 10 kilos to 120. So just jumped to 7.5 and then decided YOLO 10 kilos. Why not? Yeah, too heavy today, unfortunately. Need some better selections there. There was probably no point in jumping up that heavy, especially if he only did 7.5 kilos on his first jump. Maybe 5 might have been a little bit of the smarter move, but not to worry. So Richard McMahon up next, 122.5. So that is a 5 kilo jump. So um, see how his second one moved pretty good. So this should be no dramas. Yeah, easy. So 3 white lights. That's our first person to get uh, their third bench attempt. So he is perfect on the day so far. Chris Croucher is no Tom Barney up next, 125 kilos. So he was so close to beating that press call. So we'll, hopefully he waits a tiny little bit longer and doesn't try to preempt um, the referee's call. We probably won't be able to see it because Josh is in the way. We'll see if we can switch to that one. Yeah, see, he tried a bit of a touch and go there, unfortunately. So that's all right. Got one on the board, and that's all we needed. So I don't know how he got a white light, considering that he didn't even get a press call. So 132.5 kilo Chris. Um, so that is a 7.5 kilo jump. So Chris's bench has been moving extremely well today. He's definitely a bencher. That's 3 white lights there. Sorry about that. Just getting a little bit distracted by trying to change a couple of things. So Tim's up next, reattempting 152.5 kilos. He was not that far off. His second, so reattempting 152.5 kilos. So you'll see Tim's scorpion set up. Trying to get that arch nice and high. Trying to decrease that range of motion as much as legally possible to make sure that still got to make sure those elbows go down far enough. Yeah, he'll get this one. Yes. See, the referees have to say they give 2 white lights. So I'm going to go butt lift on that side from Yuki, but solid enough on the left side from Ben to give a white light. So excellent from Tim there. So up next is our bench only athlete, Nathan. So jumping up 10 kilos, which is, yeah, well, 7.5 and 10. Okay. Look, that, that second bench did move extremely well. See how he goes with this one. Oh, it's a good fight. We'll see what the referees have to say about that. Got no issues with it. Yep. 2 white lights. So yellow for, I'm gonna guess, a butt lift also. So 3 from 3 there, 155 kilos for Nathan. So Rick Lewis also re-attempting 155 kilos, but can't see him in the chute. So I would guess that he is not going to come out as predicted. So there's probably no point in him wasting energy. I can actually probably go to the scoreboard since we've got some time to actually have a look at it. So as you can see, few reds there. What have we got? We've got up next, we've got Jackson Reimers, 157.5 kilos. William Wallace, 167.5. Also, Nick Whiteside attempting 167.5, along with Josh Bauer. And then Aaron Abani will round out the bench press for the day with 175 kilos. So 6 more to go, and then we will take a 10-minute break, and then we will get into deadlifts. So probably looking at another, let's say, 45-ish hour. I don't, I'm not too sure. Anyway, we will. So Rick timed out there, and then we will now move on to Jackson Reimers, 157.5 kilos. So missed his first with 150, came out on a second to reattempt and got it, and then going for his third at 157.5 layers. So let's see how Jackson goes here. Nice patient setup. So don't worry about the shakes. Oh, that's nice. So that's 157.5. That should be 3 white lights, no dramas, 2 white lights. Gonna guess for beating some sort of command. So that is a under 2.5 kilos under his best in comp. That's all right. So William Wallace up next, 167.5 kilos. So that is jumping up just 2.5 kilos from his second. So no problems if he doesn't get this. It's only 2.5 kilos. Nice unrack there. So it'll be equal comp PR. Gonna fight through it. No, just a little bit too much today. So that was the next number that he could jump to. Unfortunately, so we all need to get around Nick Whiteside. So he needs to get this to stay in the competition. So hopefully he can get this. No, you never want to see anyone bomb out. So everyone hopefully get around him. Come on, Nick. Lock in. Drive hard. See how it goes. Come on, Nick. Just his triceps just won't take over. Uh, no one likes to see it. It's unfortunate. Um, look, it happens. Learn from mistakes. Unfortunately, he will not be able to get a total today. Can continue in the competition and do deadlifts. And you might as well stick around and have some fun. Why not? So Josh Bowers up next, 167.5 kilo attempt. Thought maybe 165, but coach knows him best. Oh, that's right on the money. Right on the money. 167.5. Two white lights, red for depth in the middle there. So Josh is gone 3 for 3 also. And then up next, our last bench for the day is Aaron Abani taking 175 kilos for a spin. So that is beautiful looking 3 reds with a collar. How cool does that look? Love that look. So we'll see how he goes. 175 kilos. I thought maybe 2.5, but he's probably got nothing to lose at this point. Way out in front, just trying to add kilos to his total. Oh, let's see what the referees say. Oh, saw a little bit of down up movement there. Referees also, we got elbow depth and yellows. I'm going to guess for butt lift. Yeah, butt lift. That's what Yuki was signaling. So that's all right. Still locks in 170 kilos for his third attempt, second attempt, sorry. Um, Alrighty. So we will now take a 10-minute break. And then after that 10 minutes, we will be back for some deadlifts. So deadlifts are everyone's favorites, I guess. So most exciting. So let's see how we go. I'll see you in 10 minutes. I will just get these a bit of a tweak around. Right, we got deadlift starting in around a minute, less than a minute. Just trying to get some food out of my teeth so I don't sound like an idiot, or more of an idiot. So Dana's up first with 95 kilos. Close that down. So yeah, so yeah, as I said, 95 kilos is what Dana will be opening with today. So bar is loaded for Dana. 95 kilo opener. So 3 white lights there from Dana. So up next after Dana is Rachel Estelle. So you'll see two different styles of deadlift here. You'll see the sumo and you will see the conventional. So sumo essentially is hands inside, legs wider, hands inside the legs, and conventional you will see the opposite. So Rachel here is sumo lifter. So they 3 white lights there from Rachel, 100 kilos. So all lifts have their advantages and disadvantages. You generally use what works well with your leverages and what allows you to move the most weight. So Cameron Beckett up next, 105 kilos. And so that is a conventional deadlift. So move that nicely for 3 white lights. So Helen Trenery attempting 110 kilos. So Helen there taking a sumo stance and moving that with speed. So we want to see the openers be nice and easy and smooth and progressively harder as you go through, just like all other lifts. So Christy is up next. So I said I got a bit of information about Christy when she comes up. So being told that Christy trains in her backyard under the open sun. So whenever it rains, she can't train, unfortunately. So 110 kilo opener. Beautiful. So let's see what the referees say for that. That should be no dramas with 3 white lights. And Christy's coach is in Canada and keenly watching Christy's performance today. So she's done quite well today. What's she done so far? So she's 110 and 55 and 110 locked in. So beautiful. Laura Raby up next. She is opening on 112.5. Her best being 125. reckon they're gonna maybe jump 120, 122. See what they do for next. So she gets 1 red for lockout. So I tell her shoulders. Anyway, so Amber Clifford, 130 kilos, is up next. So Amber's done a 140 before. So bar is loaded for Amber. So gonna go sumo. Gonna guess. Oh, I was wrong. I love conventional. Look, I love all this. I don't really care. Oh, with ease. 3 lights, 3 white lights. Now, of course, there's 3 whites, 3 lights. So Cara Fox up next. Foxy Lady. 152.5 kilos is her opening attempt. I don't need to guess this one. I know that Cara is a sumo lifter. So 165 is her best. She has been moving a lot of these with ease. Unfortunately, she is has to do a lot of her lifting on a pain scale at the moment. Um, but it's comp day, so there is no pain scale. Sorry, coach. It's called YOLO day. Just gets a bit sticky there around the thighs. 3 white lights, no issues. I'm going to go 160, coach. Lock it in. So Rachel Elms, 200 kilo opening attempt. Her best is 207.5. So Rachel's been plagued with I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to jinx her, but some group I'll just whisper it, group issues. So she's always been fine with her opening. It's just the other one. So a lot of tearing of the calluses, unfortunately. But yeah, let's see how Rachel goes here. So 200 kilos for opening attempt. Beautiful. Nice opening attempt there from Rachel. So I believe Rachel probably rounds out our deadlifts, and then we're all the way back around to the top. So these will move very, very quickly. So Dana's taking a 5 kilo jump from her opener to 100 kilos. Bar is loaded for Dana. That's a nice second attempt there. So 3 white lights. So bar is loaded for Rachel Hestel, 110 kilos. So jumping up 10 kilos from her opener. Just a little bit sticky at the top there, but shouldn't have any problems with that from the referees. And she doesn't. 3 white lights. So maybe 7.5 kilo jump next. Cameron back up next, 115 kilos. So 10 kilo jump from her opener. Handled by Riley today. Doesn't even use her thumb on her underhand. Doesn't even grip the bar. Unbelievable. 3 white lights there from Cameron. So Christy Goodlet up. She's jumping up 5 kilos from her opener to 115 kilos. So bar is loaded for Christy, 115 kilos. So referees give her 3 white lights. So Helen Trenery up, taking 120 kilos, 10 kilos up from her opener. Her opener absolutely flew. She just come out, set up, picked it up, put it down, walked away like nothing ever happened. Beautiful. Probably potentially another 10 in her there. Um, definitely, definitely 7.5. So Laura Raby taking 120 kilos. So as I said, 125 is her best. So let's see what they buy for a third. Let's see how this one moves first. So shoulders that she's got to lock out. Got to convince those referees on the shoulders. All right, let's see what she gets. Yeah, shoulders, too rounded. So she will probably take 120 kilos again. Look, it moved all right. Could potentially do 125. So Amber Clifford, 10 kilo jump to 140. I think this is a equal comp PR, which it is for Amber. Bar is loaded for Amber. Solid. Love a good conventional. So 3 white lights there for Amber. Tara Fox jumping to 162.5 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from her opener. And we are only 2.5 kilos below her best comp PR. So, as I said, Soz coach, if you're listening, it is YOLO territory at the moment. So let's see how 162.5 moves. And then we'll work it out from there. Um, I'm going to guess 167.5 for her third, maybe 170. Just repositioning the bar to where she wants it. Just to that sticky point up the top, but no dramas with the referee. So 3 white lights there. I'm going to go 67.5 for Cara for her third. Um, so Rachel Elms taking a 5 kilo jump to 205 kilos. So Rachel's been plagued with tearing calluses and a little bit of grip issues. So you can ask the tech control, not tech control, the you can ask the referees to have the bar cleaned if you want. So Rachel coming out for her second at 205 kilos. Oh, nice. So 207.5 is her best recorded. So I reckon they will go for that 210. Um, so yeah, 3 white lights there for Rachel. Then right around to the top again for Dana at 105 kilos. So you'll see they will clean the bar before each of the third attempts. That's what we do for this. So while they're doing that, we can just jump over the scoreboard so you can have a look at how everyone's looking for their thirds. You can see what people have locked in for their thirds there. And then, um, yeah, out comes Dana, 105. Gets the damn man. Referees say 3 white lights. Nice. So Cameron, 120 kilo attempt. I did think that she was maybe going to go for a little bit more than that. I thought maybe 122, even 125, because that second one absolutely flew. But her handler knows her better than I do. I'm just the guy behind the microphone, taking guesses. So out she comes. Have a look at the grip on her underside. Don't even use a thumb. Coach is like, what the? 3 white lights. Probably should have gone the 122 to the 125. But you listen to the lift. If they don't have the confidence, then you don't push them too hard. So Christy Goodlet up next, 120 kilos. That's a 5 kilo jump from her second. So this will be a PR for her by a fair chunk. So her novice PR was 100 kilos. So looking to smash that by 20 kilos. Already, oh, sorry, Rachel is still next. I'm jumping ahead. Oh, that's nice. Doesn't even use a belt. Doesn't use sleeves. Doesn't use wraps. Nothing. So 120 kilos. Now it's Christy Goodlet, 120 kilos. So this will be a 20 kilo comp PR for her. She's already got a 10 kilo comp PR, a 15 kilo comp PR locked in, and it'll be 20 kilos. So see how she goes. So if a coach is listening, she's done extremely well today for her first sanctioned meet. So she has done one novice meet. And yeah, Chrissy comes out for her third. See what the referees say. 3 white lights there. No problemos. So up next is Laura, 125 kilos. So she missed her second 120 kilos. It moved, but she didn't convince the referees that she was fully locked out. Said her shoulders were a bit rounded. So they've jumped up to 125 anyway because why not? Because it did move well enough. So she has the confidence for 125 kilos. She just has to have the lockout for 125 kilos. So let's see how she goes. Come on, Laura. All the way. Oh, it's referees. 3 white lights. That's equal comp PR. She had probably had a little bit more in her, maybe 127.5. But good choice by her handler today to only jump up that 5 kilos. So Helen Trenery up next, 130 kilos. So 10 and 10, as predicted. Her second move, quite good. So might as well just jump to that 130 kilos. Eyes loaded for Helen. Oh, can she get? Oh, she's going to fight through this. Look at it. Oh, my goodness. Goodness gracious me. Let's see what the referees say. 3 white lights. Helen, never say die attitude with that one. Unbelievable. Welcome back to lifting, Helen. Amber Clifford jumping up to 150 kilos. So she jumped 10 and 10. So 140 is her comp PR, recorded in open powerlifting. So she's trying to smash that one by 10 kilos today. Currently sitting on 337.5. This will move her to 347.5 if she is successful. So she's already beat her best total by 2.5 kilos. See if she can finish it off. Oh, just lost grip at the top there. Fortunate. So close. Look, she ends the day on a 2.5 kilo comp PR. Can't be unhappy with that. So up next, Cara Fox, 170 kilos. I thought maybe 67.5 to 70, so bang on the money with that. So let's see how she goes. I believe this is a comp PR. Her best is 165. So this will be a 5 kilo comp PR if she gets this. Her best total's 392.5. So she's under that at the moment, but she is on the comeback trail. So let's see how she goes with this one. Come on, Cara. Asian setup. Hook grip. Oh, just 2.5 kilos too much, I reckon. Not to worry. Finishes the day off on 375 kilos. So Rachel Elms is rounding out our deadlifts for the first flight. So 210 kilos is what she is attempting. So this is 2.5 kilos over her best um, recorded comp deadlift. So 452.5 is her best total. So she's already smashed that by 5 kilos. She is looking to extend that by another 5 kilos. So 462.5 is what she will land on. And what did I say? 452.5 is a best. So as I said, she's already beat that. So she's looking to extend it. See how she goes. Nah, just a little bit too much today. So the grip didn't go, just not strong enough today, unfortunately. Look, she still ends the day on, what did I say, 457.5. So that is still a comp PR from her, comp PR total. So now we go around for our men, and Chris Croucher will be opening. Chris is 225, best recorded, opening up on 200. He was waiting for a command. You don't get start command with deadlift. You just pick it up when you're ready, and they'll tell you to put it down. So 3 white lights there. So Corey Gilbert is attempting 200 kilos also. So his best recorded is 217.5. It's a nice opening attempt there from Corey. So there's been some guys talking some big games out the back for deadlifts. So someone's phone's not working again. There we go. 3 white lights from Corey. Next lifter, Richard McMahon, 215 kilos. Richard's best recorded 227.5. So let's see how this one moves, and then we'll see where he's going to jump to for his second. Nice. Doesn't even have any talc on the legs to help it slip up. So Tom Barney up after Richard. So 235 kilo opening attempt from Tom Barney. 267.5 is his best recorded. He's had a bit of a funny day today. Let's see if he can finish this off though. Referees say 2 white lights. So he's getting called for a bit of rounding of the shoulders there at the top from the head referee. So you just got to clean that up. So Turbo Tim, 240 kilo opening attempt. Tim's best recorded is 265. So that's definitely within reach, depending on how this one moves. Chain in the mouth. I'd say 265 is within reach today. 3 white lights. So Josh Bauer also opening up on 240 kilos. Josh's also best recorded is 265 kilos. And I also think that 265 is well within reach today. So you're rocking the man bun. So after Josh, we then have Aqua. Aqua doesn't have any recorded deadlift. So let's see how he goes. His handler today said he's talking a bit of a big game. So just requested the bar to be clean. So bar's loaded for Aqua, 250 kilo opening attempt. 74 kilo lifter. Nice and smooth. Not as snappy as I thought it would be. But look, it moves well. Maybe it's just a slower mover. Um, Now, who do we have left? Up next, BSD Rick Lewis, 260 kilos. So Rick had a bit of a shocker at Megan Hats with deadlifts. So 292.5 is his best recorded. See what they say about that. Nice soft put down from Rick, old school style. So got one blue for not locked the knee not locked out there. So he's just got to make sure he locked that knee out. At least he's on the board. All right, William Wallace, 265 kilo attempt. So 285 is his best recorded. Goes Will. Nice opening attempt there. Good lift there from Will. 3 white lights. All right. Aaron Abani up next, 270 kilo. Oh, I just got the speed wobbles there. So that's all that was. He just super fast, got the speed wobbles. So I dare say that they're going to go up. I think I remember watching him before, and the same thing happened last time. He's just so super fast with it. So um, let's keep an eye on the lifting cast to see what they put in next. So Jackson Reimers, 280 kilo attempt. So 292 and a half is best recorded. 12 and a half kilos behind. Yeah. Okay. Could see his 300 attempt from him today. And then our last lifter of this flight is Nick Whiteside. As you remembered, unfortunately, Nick did not get a a bench, but he's going to continue on and have a little bit of fun with this. So, Nick, 325 on a deadlift bar. So, deadlift bars a lot of whips there. Hang on, we'll talk about it in a second. Nice. So, I've seen him do um two on Instagram. I saw him do 292 and a half. Sorry, 290. Yeah, 292.5 by two. A bunch of those. So, um, got the white lights for that one. That was a 305. So he's done 325 on a deadlift bar. Now, deadlift bar is a little bit longer, tiny little bit thinner, and's got and does have a lot more whip to it. So there is a different way to deadlift with it. Um, some say it's easier, some say it's harder. I not really that good with a I'm not that good on a deadlift bar myself. So Chris Croucher up next, 215, jumping up 15 kilos from his opener. So 3 white lights there. All right. So just trying to get Josh's head out of the view. Good second attempt there from Corey, 220 kilos. 3 white lights, beautiful. Richard McMahon, 230 kilo attempt. Let's say for him, his best is 227 and a half. So this will be a 2.5 kilo comp PR if he can hit this one. He's been moving all his lifts well today. I'll lock that one in. Nice. So Tom Barney, 255 kilo attempt, jumping up 20 kilos. So he's just got to watch those shoulders. The head referee called him on soft shoulders, a little bit of rounding at the top there. So we'll see how he goes with this one. Looked more convincing, and referees give him 3 white lights. So he's got a very rounded thoracic kind of lift, and that's why it kind of looks like he rounds at the top. So just making it look more convincing. So Josh Bauer, 255 kilo attempt here. Which is 10 kilos below his best. So bar is loaded for Josh. I would say they'll probably go to 65 today. I probably wouldn't do much more than that. Yeah. Yep. So 260 kilos for Tim. Turbo Tim's 265 is his best. So let's see how he moves his 260. And then they will decide on what they're going to go to from there. Everyone wants that 275, which is 5 reds and a collar. Looks nice and pretty. So bar is lighter for Tim. Turbo Tim coming out 260 kilos. Come on, Timmy. Let's go, Tim. Yeah, nice and it's nice lift. I'm going to go to 67 and a half. I'm going to say he's going to come and tell coach I want 270, but 267 and a half is probably the safer move. So we got 275 for Aquax. So that's that 5 reds and a collar. Doesn't it look so pretty? So see how he goes with this one. Oh, just a little bit too much. It was a big jump though. That's 25 kilo jump from his opener. So they'll reattempt 275. So William Wallace up next. He has jumped 15 kilos to 280 kilos. So let's see how Big Willie style goes. Gets the down command from the referees, and they give him 3 white lights. Just got to look out for those knees not shooting under the bar too early. So Rick Lewis taking 280 kilos for his second attempt also. So as I said, Rick's best is 292 and a half. So he got 1 red light for not fully locking out his knees. So we'll see how he goes on this one. See if he can correct that. And he gets 3 white lights. So I'm going to guess he might go 290, maybe even equal his 292 and a half. We'll see. So Aaron Abani up next to 87.5. As you remember, he got the speed wobbles at the top. So 270 kilos moved so fast that when he got to the lockout point, he just got that little bit of a wobble. So they went up anyway because it moved too fast. And we'll see how he goes. Yep. That slowed him down enough to get that full lockout and get those 3 white lights. So good move on his handler by going up in weight. Jackson Reimer's up next, 302.5 kilo attempt. So he's secured 280 kilos on his opener and he's going up 22.5 kilos. Unbelievable. So junior 105 kilo lifter, by the way. So probably trying to qualify for Mega Nats next year with these lifts. Oh, just revving the engine there, I want to say. Gets to that knees and revs the engine a little bit, and away he goes. Once it gets past those knees, it pops and it's fine. So 3 white lights there. That's 302.5 kilos locked in. And then we have our last lifter, Nick Whiteside, 320 kilos. So 15 kilo jump from his opener. He's got nothing to lose at the moment, just having a bit of fun here. So I can't see him in the queues. So I'm going to assume that he's not going to come out. So he's done for the day. All right. So we will go back around to the top after this. We have to give him the opportunity to come out. So we just pop to the scoreboard here. So you can see everyone's third attempts there. So the bar will get cleaned at the start of everyone's third attempt. Right. So they're just going to get the bar ready for the next lifter, which will be Chris Croucher. So he is jumping up 5 kilos to 215 kilos. So currently sitting on 522.5 kilo total. This will take him to 537.5 kilos. Sorry, I couldn't read from back there. 200 he's jumping 15 kilos. What are the, okay. Need to wear my glasses, hey. Um, so jumping 15 kilos to 230. So you 522 and a half total locked in total at the moment. 537 and a half is what he is shooting for. So just giving the bar a clean, giving all the lifters the opportunity to have a nice clean bar, no chalk, no talc on it. Come on. See what the referees say for that one. 3 white lights. They're happy. He's happy. Bit of a yes at the top. So happy days. 537.5 kilo total is what he got for the day. So up next, Corey Gilbert jumping up 20 kilos to 240 kilos. So he is currently sitting on 515 kilo total, and he is forecasted to hit a 535. So Mr. Gilbert's best is a 532 and a half recorded on open powerlifting. So if he gets this lift, he will beat his best comp total by 2.5 kilos. So let's see how he goes. Oh, nice. 3 white lights. All right, that's a comp PR of 2.5 kilos. We got Richard McMahon coming up next, 242.5 kilos. So he is looking to smash his best recorded deadlift, which is 227.5. This is huge. So bar is loaded for Richard, 242.5 kilos. Currently sitting on 552.5. This will take him to 565. He's been moving well today. No talc on the legs. Get the man some talc. 2 white lights. We should talk about that. So lifters use lifting chalk on their hands to help them grip the bar. And then what a lot of people do is they'll put talcum powder on their legs. And what that does is that helps the bar slip up their legs. So don't want to get the two mixed up. You put a bit of chalk on your legs and starts to stick to your legs. Don't want to put talcum powder on your hands because then bar's going to absolutely fly out. So Tim up next, 270 kilos. This will be a 5 kilo PR. I did think that they might go 267.5 because I thought 270 is a bit too much. But that's what he's asked for. See if he can finish it off. Just 2.5 kilos too heavy. I'm telling you, a little bit greedy on the day. But that's look, I'm just as bad anyway. I can't say anything. So 270 kilo attempt also from Josh Bauer. So that is a 15 kilo jump. I also think this might be a little bit too much, but his coach knows him better than I do. So this will be a 5 kilo PR. I thought maybe they might go equal at 265 or maybe 267.5, but coach knows him best. So bar is loaded for Josh Bauer. So this will be a 5 kilo PR. Currently sitting on 667.5. This will take him to 682.5 if he gets this. Revving the engine. Oh my goodness. Let's see what the referees say. 2 white lights. Good call by the coach. I thought I thought 667, but gets that 260 267.5, gets that 270. Unbelievable. So 682.5 total he locks in. Up next is Aquak. He is reattempting 275 kilos. Um, might just be a little bit of positioning. Who knows? 275 was pretty close. Got it to the knees. Just couldn't really get it past there. So let's see how Aquak goes. He's currently sitting on 575. This will take him to 600 kilos if he gets this attempt. All the way. Oh, that's a little bit better. Beautiful. That'll be 3 white lights. I'm happy with that. Refs are happy with that too. 3 white lights. That's the problem with sumo. You one tiny little bit out, and you can affect you pretty bad. So, you know, um, conventional is a little bit more of the grip and rip sort of style. So, yeah, he gets that one, locks that total in at 600 kilos. So next we've got Thomas Barney. He's done 267.5 before in competition. He is locked in 255, and he is jumping up 20 kilos to 275 kilos. That 5 red and a color, of course. YOLO, why not? Nothing to lose. Come on, lock him out. TB. TB gets 3 white lights. Beautiful. He had a bit of a shocker on squats and bench today. Only got 1 each of those, but he got 3 from 3 on deadlifts. Good man. 275 kilos locked in. That 5 red and a collar. So up next, we've got Big Rick Lewis. Now, I don't know why it says 280 kilos because he did 280 kilos before. Hey, Dave, why does it say 280 when he did 280 for his second? Rick did 280 for a second. Why does it say 280 for a third? Just checking there. He did a successful 280 attempt for his second, so um, can't do 280 for a third. I think he's not coming out. Okay, he's just going to time out. I just thought that was a bit weird. So not to worry. Probably still got to end a 282.5 at least. And then they will see that as a failed third attempt. And then, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lifters left. We'll just go to that scoreboard while Rick's time's out. So we will have William Wallace attempting 285 kilos. So that's a 5 kilo jump. Then we have Aaron Obani taking 292.5 for a spin. Then we'll have Jackson Ryers, 310 kilos. And then I would say Nick Whiteside's going to time out because he didn't come out for his second anyway. So, look, he could be having a rest and coming out for 320 kilos. Who knows? So we've probably only got 3 lifters left. So William Wallace, 285 kilos. So William Wallace, his best is 285 kilos. So he's trying to match his best. This will get him to 700 kilo subtotal total. Sorry, current best is 710 kilos. So just 10 kilos under. But yeah. So here we go. William Wallace attempting 285 kilos. Oh, just got to the knees, just a bit too heavy today. Good lifting by William. So he 695 today for Big Willie style. W squared. So Aaron Abani up next. Aaron is 292.5 kilo attempt. So Aaron's best in comp is 285. So he has already beaten that by 2.5 kilos. Sorry, currently sitting on 747.5. And he has smashed his best total at which was 727.5. So he's looking to smash his best total, and he looking to smash his best deadlift. So as he said, as I remember, he got the speed wobbles on his first, corrected on a second, and let's see how his third moves. Oh, just tiny little bit too heavy today, unfortunately. But he had nothing to lose. So 242.5 is what he finishes on. So that is a 15 kilo comp PR. So have to see where he sits in the rankings for nationals next year. So Jackson Reimer's up next. He is jumping at 7.5 kilos to 310 kilos. So this will be the last lift of the day. He's currently sitting on 717.5, trying to get to 725. So 292.5 is his best deadlift, which he's already beaten by 10 kilos. So he's trying to absolutely hammer it. Only a junior too. 105 kilo junior. 725 kilos is what he's going for. Just a little bit too much today, unfortunately. So ends the day on 717.5, 302 kilo deadlift. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for today. Nick won't be coming out for his 320. So we'll just jump over the scoreboard there. So hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen today. Look, if you are interested in getting into lifting, head over to the APA website, have a look around, few competitions around, have a look into some gyms and some coaches. If you need to get a fix of powerlifting still, there should be a live stream for the um, Tasmanian Cup, which is happening this afternoon, this evening. So jump on the YouTube and have a look for Iron Jungle Tasmanian Cup. The East versus West competition is coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So that is a competition being held on August 17th. There will be one competition being held in the East, and that is at Breakthrough Fitness in Marylands. And then the other one will be will be happening in the West, and that will be happening over in Perth at Strength Club. So have a look out for those live streams. People are going to be trying to break and hold state records for that one. So that is our mid-tier national style competition. So first year running that. So if you are interested in getting into that, you can look into that for next year. So you'll need to do a local competition to qualify for that. Otherwise, thank you for joining me. I will fix my technology up and make sure I have the replays working next time and make sure the sound is working straight away next time. So good learning experience every time you do these things. So thank you for joining us, and I will catch you next